I'm Kat Brooke, and this is my 2-year-old Fox Red Lab, Luna. So I met Karen in 2011 when I started being a teacher at South Parade Primary School, and then we actually started working together the year after in the same class, in the Year 1 class. And we just hit it off straight away, became really good friends, and were a really good support for each other at work. She was just always there for me. She was just kind, and she was good fun, and she was very supportive, and just someone I could always turn to. And I just was never expecting that when we started working together. I was never expecting to make such a good friend. I would describe her as loyal and fun, and a very fierce friend. She'd not been that well. I remember when I'd finished teaching in the September, and she got into the reception class. And then in the March, she rang me up and said she wanted to see me. She'd been to the doctors, and she wanted me to go around after work. And I kind of knew what she was going to tell me. And I just sat and just listened to her, and she just told me what had happened and what the doctor had said. And we just sat there and had a cup of tea and just didn't really say a lot to each other. We were just there together. And I felt very privileged that she'd wanted to tell me like that.
She was so full of life, always cracking jokes, making fun of herself, life and soul of the party, but really, really caring. Yeah, she was amazing. She was so, even throughout the whole period of leading up to her death, she still remained positive and still had a smile on her face, and that's something that like the nurses would all comment on as well. Transport to here showed how poorly she was, and she did decline, but what was amazing was her pain just completely went. We were doing the best we could at home with pain management, but the hospice just took all that away, and I think once she got here she realised how she must have just felt at peace and was ready to go.
End-of-life care is provided by the hospice, and that just means that when patients are nearing end of life, we can provide different routes for medication. They're no longer able to swallow, so they could have a syringe driver which would deliver medication. Also, it's a place where relatives can be with the loved ones. If they're at home, the relatives feel they have to be part of the caring side of it, but here they can just be a relative.
It was just amazing, the level of care and respect that the hospice showed her, and for that we'll always be thankful as a family.
So we got Luna we chose her in November 2019, and well, she kind of chose us really. And yeah, Karen just loved her. Just wanted to do something to give back in memory of Karen, for everything she'd gone through and in the way she'd gone through it, and the fact that lots of people don't realise what difficult work the hospice has to do, not just with the patients but also with the families. And me and Luna walk every day, so I just thought, well, maybe if we just walk a bit more and make it into a challenge, we could raise money. But I never dreamt we'd raise as much money as we did, so I'm very proud of her.
Really proud of her, really proud. I thought it was great to, channel her emotions into doing something so worthwhile. We started at my mum's house, and we walked all around Ossett and Horbury, all places that meant something to my mum. We went to the school, which she absolutely loved. We went to my grandma and granddad's house, went to the fields where she used to play as a child. But we sat on the bench next to her plot and opened a gin in a tin and toasted to her. And it was really, really nice. I think unless you've been to the hospice or had some involvement, you don't truly understand the magnitude of what it is. But doing something like what Kat's done, you know, just getting out and walking. It doesn't have to be anything like running a million marathons or anything, just walking, getting out and walking to raise some money for families that really need the support of a hospice. I would always say if the option of coming to a hospice was given to you, then to always take it.